Namaste, welcome. My name is Thomas, and this is a short form yoga practice, 20 minutes or so. Hope you enjoy. Just a nice little warm up. So we'll get started. Child's pose on the mat. Get set up, knees apart, big toes together, elbows, forearms on the ground, forehead to the floor. Just see what feels good here. Just a few breaths kind of settling in. Can rock the hips a little bit. Shift the pressure to the knees, right and left, left and right. And then eventually letting those little rockings settle so you can feel the balance. A little bit hip to hip, across the shoulders. And your inhalations and exhalations smooth. Gentle transitions. It is helpful from time to time to really inhale fully or help the breath really press on the exhalation, but that doesn't have to happen every time. And just one more breath here. So we'll rise up nice and slowly onto the hands and knees. Take your time, always honor the pacing of your breath. And separate the hands, bring the knees a little bit closer together. It's a feeling of balance on all fours. We'll move into our cow pose, looking forward, inhaling, taking the shoulders back from your ears. And then your exhalation to bring you into that cat, scooping the pelvis, chin to the chest, belly button to the spine. And then we'll move nice and smoothly forward as you inhale, looking up, cow pose, and your exhalation helping you to return. So again, always honoring your pacing, feeling into the hands and the wrists, making any adjustments, acknowledging the tops of your feet, the shin bones, the backs of your thighs. And if we shift or expand our focus from the spine and the back to the rest of the body, we feel that this is a pretty involved movement. Just one more cycle so that the next time that you have your head lifted, you can walk your hands forward. We'll make our way into our downward facing dog, letting the toes tuck under. You can shift a little bit forward and then rock the pressure back, lifting the knees, hips into the sky. We'll pedal the feet in place. You can work through the heels, just as we did in our child's pose, just getting the bearings, waking things up, right? This might be first thing in the morning type of practice, or midday, just a little break at lunch or something, afternoon, tea, yoga practice. So just another breath here. Again, getting a sense of balance in the center. Hips aligned, feet aligned, shoulders steady. Let's come into our plank position. We'll inhale, looking forward past the hands. And with your exhalation, returning to your downward dog, we'll bring the hips right back up into the sky. And we try to keep the hand and the feet placement constant as we go back and forth. Let's do this 2 more times. Breathing in, shoulders back as you look forward. Remember to keep the hips even with the shoulders, and then your core will stay engaged so you can use it to bring your hips up again. Just one more time. Waking up into the calves, waking up into the hamstrings as you find that downward dog, right? Strong through the front of your thighs, abdomen, powerful in your plank pose. And the next time that you're back in your downward dog, we'll tiptoe forward to the hands. You can walk the hands back to the feet, of course, and as you support yourself with your legs below, you can bend your knees. Let's stay in the fold for just a few breaths, lifting the hands, twirling the wrists a little bit, giving a wiggle to the fingers. And then we'll circle the wrists around, going the other way. And then just very lightly placing your fingertips on the ground. You can let your head hang and shaking it a little bit side to side, that kind of heaviness to the back of your head and your neck. And then we'll steady that movement before we stand. Hands to the hips and with the flat back rising. So you can keep the knees bent until you're all the way upright. Really trying to hinge from the hips as we make that transition. A moment standing here, mountain pose, arms by your side. You can turn the palms open to the front, the thumbs pointing outward. And letting the chest rise comfortably. You can feel the shoulder blades slide a little bit down the back of the ribs. Chin up and chest rising. Feel the breath, really supported by this upright posture. Rocking a little bit front to back, easy from the heels to the toes and the toes to the heels. And when you feel like you can steady that rocking in the center, closing your eyes for a breath. You can relax the arms, let the wrists release. Just one more cycle, inhaling and exhaling, feeling that vertical alignment, that steady balance from the top to the bottom. And then with your eyes open, we're going to circle the arms widely. Inhaling, you can look up. And then your exhalation to take the arms all the way down. Big circle as you fold, bending the knees to cushion your descent. And we'll come right back up with the next breath in. So circling the arms, retracing the pattern. Coming up, the hands together, and we'll draw down to the heart. In prayer position, let it release, arms to your side. And then we'll circle up again. Inhaling, you can look up. Exhaling to fold, your knees bending. Circle the arms coming down. And again, following your pattern right back up, inhaling to circle the arms overhead, joining the hands, drawing down the midline to the heart, arms by your side, releasing. Again, we'll inhale to circle up, exhaling to fold, bending the knees. Again, your timing. We'll come right back up. Inhaling to lift, and we'll do one more of these. So take your time, hands to the heart, down by your thighs. Circle up, inhaling. You can look up, maybe lean back. Swan dive, lead with the heart. Keep the chin up a little bit. Release the head all the way down. And again, your timing to rise. Inhaling to lift. And the hands together. Exhaling. And when you've got your arms by your side, closing your eyes a moment, resting the shoulders, breathing, inhaling smoothly, exhaling steady. And so eyes open when you're ready, and if you need to, as I do, walking forward here toward the top of your mat, bring in our lunges. Let's circle the arms wide, grab your right wrist, lift a little higher and over to your left. You can press your right foot down. Your inhalation to lift you up, switching hands over to the right side, reaching. Your left foot can press. It's okay if the hips drift a little bit. On your inhalation, rising in that swan dive as you free the arms, exhaling to fold, fingers to the ground. We'll step the left foot back, finding a low lunge, just to get our bearings with the distance. The left knee to the floor, your front knee above your ankle, and as you look forward, the shoulders back from your ears. We're going to lift the left knee to step forward. Try to use both legs. That front foot pushes down as you spring off the back foot. Hands to your shins, just halfway. That monkey pose, Ardha Uttanasana. Flatten the back as you inhale and exhale to slide it down. And your right foot will then step. That low lunge. You got plenty of time to get yourself set up. Keeping the toes tucked under. Just one less thing we need to do later. As you look forward, shoulders back, you can feel the strength of that right thigh. You can actually give a little flexion in the quads and the buttocks. Let's lift the knee to step forward again. Push into the front foot as you spring off the back foot. And from here, we'll stand, inhaling when you're ready, rising up strong, the hands together, and down to the heart, exhaling. Let it rest for a moment. Again, we'll take those side stretches. Circle the arms up, grab your right wrist, palms to the ceiling as you take it over to the left. Again, the right foot can press, the hips can drift. Just one more cycle of your breathing. Keep your head between your arms. We'll come up inhaling, switching the hands while you exhale. You can give a little twirl to the wrists, and then grabbing the left wrist, rising as you breathe in again, over to the right side. Steady with your breath. And again, that left foot pressing, ears between your arms. You could move your chin a little bit, no. And next breath in to come up. Exhaling, the arms going free all the way down as you exhale. Stepping the left foot to the rear. Keep your knee lifted, the toes pointing forward here, high lunge, and we'll rise up. Hands to the knee, to the hips, maybe overhead if you're feeling the balance. And of course, you can take a V for victory to give the shoulders a little space. Chin up, one more full breath in, and then exhaling, the hands to the ground. We'll step forward once again, push into the front foot, step up, hands to your shins, inhaling. Exhaling to lower it down, step your right foot back. High lunge, keep the knee lifted, toes straight ahead. Mindful you've got a little bit of space, a little width as you place the hands and maybe overhead, looking up. And again, that back leg can really serve you, keeping the thigh strong. One more full breath in. And we'll exhale to take it down. Stepping forward, feel the balance in the fold before you stand. Inhaling to circle the arms. Your timing, the hands together, exhaling to the heart. Let's let it rest. Arms joining behind your hips, either interlacing the fingers or you can hook your thumbs. I find it helpful to look down while you're getting the hands organized, and then lifting the chest, lifting the chin. You can give a little twist to wrap the shoulder blades closer together. Careful now with the shoulders, bend the knees, and we'll fold it forward. And you can lift the arms as you go down or after you go down, right? Find the fold first and then work with the shoulders. Remember, your knees can stay bent, giving a little bit more confidence. The strength in the legs assures the shoulders. You can relax your neck. One more breath. Keep your hands together when you exhale, the arms to your back, then release your hands. We'll find that monkey pose, palms to the shins, a little bit of pressure into the legs as you look up, inhaling. Exhale to slide it down, your left foot stepping back. And this is warrior one. We're gonna pivot the heel to the ground, taking the arms up and overhead. Again, you could walk it to your knee, to your hips. V for victory. Goddess pose, arms are lovely. We're gonna press into the front foot, straighten your leg, grab your left wrist overhead, lean back a little bit as you reach to the right side. So chin up, keep your ears between your arms, the palms reaching, and yeah, you can feel a little drifting of the hips over to the left. We're gonna inhale, the arms free, and exhale to fold forward. As you take your hands to the ground, you can bend your front knee a little bit. Try to snuggle up your chest close to your thigh, your head towards your knee. And then pyramid pose will keep the distance to the legs, straightening the front leg. Of course, it doesn't have to go all the way straight. If you're really struggling with the distance front to back, you can hop your left foot forward a little bit. Right? So that'll give you a little bit more foundation. And it is worthwhile to move your hips back to press into the left foot, the back foot in this case. One more breath in. And then your exhalation to bend your front knee, toes pointing forward on the back foot to step forward. Hands to the shins, just as we've been doing. Halfway lifting to your monkey pose. Exhaling to slide it down, your right foot stepping. We're gonna root the heel and rise up. Warrior one. Hands to your knee, to your hips. Right? All those transitions are great. Take it step by step as you rise. And breathing, maybe looking up to work with the balance a little bit more. Hands bright and the fingers relaxed. You're going to press into your left foot, straighten your leg. Grab your right wrist. The elbows could be bent or straight. Lean back a little bit so you can press into your right foot. Over to the left side will reach. And yeah, the hips can drift a little to the right to counterbalance. All of that's fine, keeping that right leg nice and strong. Again, as you lift the chest, you can feel the back body a little bit stronger from the buttocks all the way to the shoulders. When you are ready, your inhalation is going to lift your arms free, folding forward as you exhale, the fingers to that front heel, bending your knee so you can snuggle up to your thigh. Feel the length of the torso along the femur bone. Head can dip down as you straighten your leg. And, be a little bit curious about that right leg. Is it good where it is? It's good. Otherwise, if you need to, you can hop it forward a few inches. Breathing to your hips. And have a few kind words for the hamstrings here, the calf muscles. Really feeling into that stretch. One more breath. When you exhale, bend your knee. Lift the back heel to track the toes forward and then step to the front. Circle the arms, will rise all the way. Flat back as you lift through the center, the hands together, and then down to the heart. Let it release for a moment, breathing. And please separate your feet left and right, the toes pointing out to the side. Bending and straightening your knees. You can rest your hands on your thighs for a moment. Just get a feeling for the squat, if you need to adjust the heels a little farther apart, a little closer together. And then we're going to lift the arms, looking up, inhaling, and just halfway down to your squat as you exhale, the arms lower in front of the chest. We'll inhale to lift up, chin up, chest up. Exhaling, you can go a little deeper as long as you can come back up. We'll do 4 or 5 more of these. If you wanted to really challenge yourself, keep your arms by your ears. And even if you could drop all the way down to your heels, please stay a little bit shy of that full depth. It'll allow you to maintain the connection to the strength of those muscles. Oftentimes, if we go to our full depth, the thigh muscles disengage. We've kind of got to restart that engine. So last one, again, you could keep the arms overhead, and we will go all the way down. So you could stay here with the arms up top, hands in prayer at the heart is an option, elbows pressing to the thighs, fingers on the floor, option C. And if you need a little bit more space still, hands in crab walk style behind you. And all else fails, go ahead and sit down. We're going to join you in just a moment. So we'll lower down softly. You can just let yourself drop and roll, otherwise using the hands to support yourself. If the rocking feels good, you could go back and forth a couple more times. We're going to stay sitting, however. So once you get there, we'll join the feet together and take the knees apart. So it becomes Baddha Konasana, that butterfly pose, cobbler's pose, also called. We'll hold on to the ankles here, sitting up nice and proud, chest forward. See if you can let the shoulders drop. And a big breath in. We'll fold on the exhalation. The hands out to the toes, your nose, down to your feet. And breathing to the shoulders, breathing into your back. The length of your torso, crown of your head floating forward. Just one more breath. smooth and steady. We'll rise up slowly with the breath in, raising the shoulders, torso lifting, your hands to your knees to bring the legs together, straightening your legs, which may mean that you're moving your hips back so that your heels can stay comfortable with the padding on your mat. You can use your hands to draw a little bit of the flesh from the hips. Often bending the knees a little bit will be really supportive to the pelvis. We're going to circle the arms up to reach for the sky. And a lot of information can be had here in Dandasana. Big breath in. And we'll fold it forward, hands to the ankles, to the feet. Exhaling as you rest into the fold. Shoulders relaxing a little bit. And you might not just be resting in the fold, but quite active in the legs. Your feet can press into your hands. Your hands can offer a border so that the feet have something to work with. And that strength that you can cultivate from the abdominal core, a feeling of movement forward in the torso. And of course, once you're in the fold for a few breaths, often you can straighten the legs where maybe they began with that little bit of a bend. Fully encourage, right? It's more about your hips and spine, your back and shoulders, than it is about the hamstrings, really. So it's good to feel that stretch. Breathing. Last two. The next time that you exhale, reach forward. Try to maintain that length, and that's a core workout for you too. Hands to the heart, we'll draw it down, fingers to the floor. Shifting your hips to the front, we'll grab the knees, grab the thighs. You can tuck your chin as you lower down. And settling to the ground, you can roll side to side if that feels good. And you know that if you hug the knees a little closer to the chest, you'll feel the shift in pressure toward the ribs. If you loosen that grip, you'll feel the pressure more toward the pelvis, top of the buttocks areas, either side. So you can always regulate what's going on there. And that's a useful component to feel as well as we take our last twist here. So settle the rocking, bring both of your hands to the right knee. Stretch your left leg straight and down to the floor. Your right arm releasing out to the side, half of the T position, and then guiding your right leg over your body to the left. And you can roll all the way onto that left hip if your back will let you. Your right foot can stay resting out on the floor in front, or you can put that right foot on your left thigh. And that's a little bit of a safer area. It takes a little bit of the pressure off the back, giving a little support there. Your right knee and shoulder can move as a sort of teeter-totter, up and down. When the knee goes down, the shoulder lifts a little bit, the shoulder drops, the knee comes up. And that fulcrum of the spine is the emphasis that we can derive from that teeter-tottering. It's a little bit more awareness of that center axis. Another breath or two. Of course, you can help your knee toward the floor, twisting a little deeper if that's your speed. Your left hand underneath your thigh can help you lift and unwind. So take your time as you come back to the center, rolling to your back, the knees to your chest. You can walk that left foot in, lifting your head toward your knees for a moment as you rock, quite rounded here. And then we'll switch the hands to the left leg, the right leg straight out and to the ground. Shoulders and head to the floor, your left arm out wide, palm facing the sky, and that left knee over your body to the right. You can keep the right leg quite straight. You can look up toward the ceiling or over to the right even. And again, that left foot might come to your thigh or stay out in space. Keeping your shoulders on the floor, you can lift your chest slightly. And although it feels a little bit like a back bend, it's really giving you a little bit more of that inner length to the spine as you feel the top of the head extending along the floor, the right heel reaching in the opposite direction. Again, just a couple more breaths. Let your intuition guide you a little deeper if that makes sense. And rotating on that axis with a little bit more effort, or simply breathing deeper and let the breath reveal the twist. And when you're ready, your right hand is going to give you that boost from the inner thigh lifting. Inhaling, you can roll to your back. Bring the knees into the chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. When you're ready, lower your feet flat. Walk your feet apart, toes on the side edges of your mat. Let your knees lean together, and you can rest your hands on the thighs, wrists near your hip bones, elbows comfortable on the floor. Alternatively, you could set your arms out to the side, palms open. And just let your head roll a little bit from side to side. Breathing. And eventually let your head settle in the center. Toes relax. We'll stay here for a few minutes. If you'd like to stay longer, of course, you can remain here a few more minutes after this video is finished. If you're pressed for time, stay very focused on your breathing for the next minute, and then you can go on about your day. Acknowledging the effort that you just put in, a sense of the improved circulation in your body, perhaps a little bit of headspace, giving you a little bit of perspective around whatever you might be chewing on mentally. Feeling a lightness in the heart, chest open. Feeling the release in the hips, back of your neck. Allowing your jaw, your chin, and your cheeks to relax. Relaxing in the spaces behind your eyes and between your eyebrows. Letting go from the very top of your head. Feeling your whole body, every cell, very much alive and completely relaxed, very deeply at rest.
allowing your body to remain still, turning your awareness to your breathing. Feeling the floor, feeling the earth, sense of the ground below. Feeling the air, feeling the sky, a sense of your place in space. Expanding your inhalations, feeling the strength of your exhalations. Experiencing yourself at home and complete throughout your body. At home and complete on this beautiful earth. And visualize your breath traveling through your arms into your hands and wiggling your fingers. You can breathe through your legs into your feet and wiggle your toes. Again, letting your head rock a little bit side to side. You could send your breath up to the top of your head. Your knees could rock a little bit left and right, those little windshield wipers to your thighs. If it feels right to straighten your legs here, you can reach your arms overhead, big wake up stretch, couple yawning breaths as you reach through the fingers and the toes, and circle the wrists and flex the ankles. And continuing to breathe into the chest, into the underarms, and then we'll walk the feet to the chest, bringing the knees to the heart and the hands to the shins, and rolling a little bit side to side. You could lift your head if that feels right. And then we'll steady the rocking, grabbing a hold of your thighs. Now we're going to rock front to back to get to sitting. If this doesn't work so well for you, you can roll over to your right side and then use your arms to press up. We'll sit with the ankles crossed. You can stay however you are. I just want to turn to face you if you're still watching, and bringing the hands together at the heart. A moment to feel your breath. And we acknowledge within ourselves and within all things that which is peace, that is joy, that is love, and that is light, residing inside of this space with the knowledge that we are one. And to that light we bow. Namaste.